Okay guys, we're almost there. This part 4, we're going to of course have a couple sections, but this is where it gets kind of interesting. So the first thing we need to do is we're going to work on those photos. When you include a photo in like a video, it's like everything's moving, and then freeze. It stops with this really static image. So we're going to do just a slow zoom, and this can be a little tricky. It took me a while to understand it, but if we go step by step, hopefully it'll be good. So here's the pep rally JPEG, and we're going to load that. And I want to change this duration from 10 seconds that it defaults to 4 seconds. And then I'm going to drag it down on the timeline over the third clip, 1, 2, 3. So somewhere about here. So I'm going to take this and just drag it right down. Okay, somewhere about like 26 seconds. Yeah, that's good. So center it on the clip. So there's an even portion of him talking on either side, so we can see him, we see the picture, then we go back and see him. So place your playhead on the photo, okay, and note that in the canvas, this is the canvas, we still see part of him in the background. That's no good. So what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to resize it. So click the canvas screen and you'll see number 2, that means track 2, and we're going to adjust it. And we're just going to take a corner and drag it out so it fills the screen. Okay, that looks good. We might need to also just tilt it down just a little bit, then recenter it. So click the first button to redo this to this one right here where it says 49. Instead of, let's do 25% so we can see everything. We have some areas to work because we're going to play with this wireframe a bit. We're going to grab a corner of the wireframe and enlarge it so it covers the screen, and we just did that. Don't go too big. Don't go like, woo, because we're going to do that in a little bit. Okay? So just make it so it covers that screen and that A roll below. Double click the JPEG photo again, so it's that's in your timeline. And in the viewer, let's go to the tab that says motion, and we're going to use keyframes to create a motion effect. Drag and click the edge of the viewer, this right here, so you can see most of it. You see this light gray portion, that is the 4 seconds of our graphic. Okay, let me turn the page. We're on page 20 and we're going to go to page 21. So we're going to make a keyframe for both scale and center. Scale and center right here. So in the viewer, position your playhead about at the start of the photo right here. And we're going to click a keyframe on scale and center. And what this is telling us is, hey, we're going to do something. This is our starting point. Okay, so drag then the playhead. We can take this and enlarge it. And we're going to go now about 4/5 of the way down. And now that we have a keyframe here and our playhead's at this position, we're going to affect change by moving it in the canvas. So we're going to expand the picture and we're going to resize it, and it's going to affect those things. So what we want to do is we want to grab the corner of the wireframe and we want to pull it out until we have a pretty good close-up. Well, this looks weird because we totally cut off his head. So not only do we have to make it bigger, the scale, we're going to have to change the center. And we do that just by repositioning it. Okay, and you see these little purple lines, that's telling you that you've changed. And it has already, when we've done that move, added a keyframe over here. So you don't need to enter a second keyframe. It happens automatically when you adjust it in the canvas. And that is kind of tricky. If you didn't like it, just undo and reload it from your timeline and start over. You can reset over here. You can reset those keyframes if you need to. But let's look at what we did. Ooh, nice and zoomy.
Moving your arm at the right time.
And there we go. All right, I'm going to save, and then always remember to do File Close Project if you need to.